Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Digital Marketing Therapy Podcast. This is Sammy, your host, and today is a unique episode, one that we haven't done before, and one that doesn't have a crazy marketing focus. But I kind of wanted to dive into why I started this business, why I made the choice to leave the corporate world, and the impact that has made on my family. And my daughter is 11 and she and I have a podcast that's been a little bit on hiatus. We're going to bring it back again called Conversations with My Daughter. And so since she's an expert podcaster, I thought I would bring her in to just have a conversation about balancing after school activities, being a mom, working from home, all of those good things, and just kind of share our experience and how it works. We have not talked much about what is going to happen during this episode. I have not told her the questions I'm going to ask her. So this is just a very real and raw, this is who we are, this is how we structure our life, and hopefully it will help give you some thoughts, ideas, or maybe just not feel so alone if you're a working from home mama, or even a work out of the home mama or dad. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm excited to bring her in and have you guys get to know her a little bit more and just hear about how our life is in our household. Okay. But before we get to that, this episode is brought to you by our free private Facebook community. I am definitely somebody who loves to just be able to pick people's brains and get ideas from them. And that's what we do in the First Click Community Facebook group. You can find us at the First Click No, just kidding. You can't find us there because that's not where we're at. Can you tell habits? You can find us at facebook.com/groups/the First Click, or just search First Click Community in Facebook. But I hope you'll show up there, say hey, let me know a bit about your business, and let me know which episode has been your favorite so far. Let's get into it. You're listening to the Digital Marketing Therapy Podcast. I'm your host, Sammy Vidal-Mulhern, and each week I bring you tips from myself and other experts, as well as hot seats with small business owners and entrepreneurs to demystify digital marketing and get you on your way to generating more leads and growing your business. Hi, Elinor. Welcome to my podcast.
Oh, wait, it was on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
That's okay. Say hello to the listeners.
Hi.
Okay, so why don't you start by telling people who you are, what you do?
I'm Elinor, and I'm a child, so I go to school, but not currently, because it is a Friday.
Well, you're off this week.
Recording it.
Yeah. And you have a podcast of your own.
Kinda.
I know, I already told them we've been on hold, but you have a podcast of your own. What's it called?
Conversations with My Daughter.
And what's your favorite part about doing the podcast?
I don't really know. We don't do it that often.
I know we're going to start doing it again, though, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I wanted to talk about today, because this is my business podcast, so the people that listen are people that are running their own businesses, need help with marketing, need help with their websites, but they don't know where to go. But I thought I would bring you on and talk a little bit about.
But Mom, what if people who listen just want to listen to podcasts and it's find yours and oh cool, let's just listen to this, and they don't really need help with marketing.
And that's great too.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask you if you remember. Lean forward and speak a little louder.
Okay.
If you remember what it was like when Mom worked out of the house versus in the house.
Out of the house, it was better.
You liked it better when I worked out of the house?
Yeah, because, well, I'm not saying that you're bad. You just work too much, and then, we just, leave, and it's kind of pretty much the same thing because we don't really see you that much. And it's just blah.
It's just what?
Blah.
But I have more flexibility now.
You're flexible? I didn't know.
No, not body flexible. I have more flexibility. I can, we can have more play dates and we can do more fun stuff because I can work different hours.
You have a white hair.
Okay, stop it. See, I told you it would be real and raw. Okay, so what is it that you think that Mom does all day at work?
Stay at a computer.
Yeah.
And just be oh yeah, whatever, oh yeah. Yeah. Let's talk on the phone, put in my earplugs, blah, blah, blah. What do you need?
Oh, so do you think I yell at you more now that I work from home?
No, you don't yell. I'm just, like, trying to whisper, but, like, because, like, they won't be able to hear me, so that's why I'm, like, talking in that voice.
Got it.
Got it.
So you understand that working from home is the same kind of job as if I were to go. Because sometimes your brother gives me a hard time because he's like, well, you're home, play with me. And I was like, well, Dad's working. I have to work too. And he says, well, Dad has a job. Do you think that?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
No.
Plus, you work too much. You're just like, I work. And I'm just like, Mom.
Yeah, so all of you working from home parents know that this is a thing. The kids, if you're home, they think that they can come get you. And I will say, because we are only in year 3 of my business, and so growing the business definitely takes time.
I thought this was like 15 million years.
15 million years?
Yeah.
No, so it's hard to balance, and so I try to say things, like you guys have early release on Thursday.
Yeah.
And so we try to have a play date on Thursday. And now that it's getting nicer out, we're going to try to go to the park and do stuff on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Right? And so blocking time and managing time is something that I try to do in order to not have them just home from school doing nothing. But lately it has been, you guys have been home from school doing nothing. So you like to help me in my job, or you want to.
Yeah, so I want to make money.
Yeah, I know you want to make money. And that's great. Like, I'm happy to pay you to do some things.
I want to work at McDonald's.
No.
I want to work at K1.
No, so if you were to do work for me, what kinds of things do you think you could do?
Type. That's what I want to do.
You want to type?
Yep, I want to type.
You don't want to be my social media manager?
Oh, what's that?
Where you do all my social media posts?
Oh, yeah. But
then you have to write them, and you have to find the right picture.
Oh,
you have to make sure you link it to my business goals.
Oh, yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Would you trust your 11-year-old to be your social media manager?
I'm almost 12 in, like...
You are not
8 months.
Yeah.
No. In 10 months.
Okay, so...
Less than 10 months.
For all of the families that are out there that have parents that work from home, what advice from a kid would you give them?
I don't know.
You have no advice? There's nothing Mom could be doing better? Am I perfect?
No.
Yeah, so what could Mom do better in order to help support you and work from home and get her work done?
You just have a limit from when you work, like 5-hour working.
5 hours?
5 hours for working.
I only can work 5 hours a day?
No, and then you take like a 1-hour break, and then you work again until you want to stop.
Okay. But how does that affect you?
Because you have 1 hour without working.
Oh.
So I can come up here and play the computer.
See, here's the root of the situation, parents. The kids don't necessarily want you to play with them. They just want to use your stuff. And if you're using it while you work, then they can't use it. Is that what you're saying?
A little bit.
A little bit? Mm-hmm. Okay.
But we can't because this computer is broken.
No, the monitor's broken. We fixed it.
Oh, we did?
Mm-hmm.
So I can play Roblox on it?
No, because I'm working.
No, I know.
Okay,
like after your 5-hour work thing.
Listen, these are adults that are listening, so you need to give them something really thought-provoking about how parents can be better support. Because, so when I go through a launch and I'm really working a lot and I'm not available, does that make you feel sad, or you just don't care?
Makes me feel sad a little bit, but I mostly don't even care. Because, like, oh, yeah. What was his name?
Okay, but then do you like that we get to go on more trips now that I work from home?
Yeah.
Okay, so you liked it better when I worked out of the house. You like it less when I work in the house because you don't get to use the computer so much. You get a little bit sad when I work too much and don't pay attention, but you do like the fact that now we have more flexibility to travel more. Does that pretty much sum it up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let Elinor go, and then I'm going to give you kind of some other thoughts and tips and things that I do in order to track my schedule and be the best all-around person I can be.
What's an all-around person?
A good mom, a good me, a good wifey.
What?
A good wife.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know, because I wanted to.
Wifey!
Okay, well, why don't you say bye to my friends?
Oh, you have friends?
Stop it. Why don't you say bye to the listeners?
Goodbye.
Okay.
I hope I made you laugh.
Well, if you're still listening, I'm impressed. Sometimes she's great and sometimes she's talkative and sometimes she's not so much, but you know what? That's the realness of this podcast and that's the realness of our life. And that's really what I wanted to make sure that this episode was all about. My kids have been home all week from school and I'm very lucky to have a strong network of people around me to support me, from my brother who is editing this podcast as we speak, and to my mom who comes to town and watches out when she can, and my husband who will take days off if I have a big project going on. But it's no easy task being a working parent and working from home, and it's very frustrating. And I just wanted to share kind of the real rawness of what my daughter says, because some days she's sassing me and some days she's great, and it's hard when they're home to not play with them and do stuff. So some of the things that I do to give you some tangible tasks, I definitely have a planner, and in years past, my schedule on my calendar has been geared towards just my professional life, but lately I have really embraced, like I've talked about in several episodes, the full focus planner, and talking about putting my personal and professional stuff in it. So my calendar looks the same, so I see everything that's going on, and I have kids' activities in there, and I block out time to spend with them. Just like I'm also blocking out time to spend with my husband. We're having date nights every week, and I'm blocking out time to spend on myself. And this has been really, really key for me when it comes to just making sure it gets scheduled. The next step for me is blocking out kind of consistent workout time. But I'm going to be recording a Week in the Life episode starting, I think I'm going to start recording that on Sunday. Today's Friday. So that'll be coming your way soon too, which I'm really excited about because I can kind of share that with you in action and kind of what we do and how we're working things. And then just giving ourselves the grace, knowing that some days are better than others, some days are easier than others, to stay on task and on schedule, and some days aren't. And those days that aren't, just let it go, move on, and don't give yourself the guilt over it. By blocking out that time with the kids, especially when they're home for an extended period of time, it makes it easy for me to say, hey, I'm going to, mom needs like these 3 hours to work, and then we're going to go do something fun. I get less interruptions. They feel less frustrated. And then, everything gets put into my calendar so that I can know what's coming up and what blocks I have to get projects done. And I plan on Sundays. So I try to put everything together on Sundays so that I know exactly what to expect this week, that I can minimize the surprises. And that's everything from meal planning to date night with my husband to all of the things that we have going on. So I hope that this is helpful for you. I think for me, the big thing is just listening to my kids, listening to my husband, and figuring out something that works all around for all of us and what works in your life. My kids are self-sufficient enough to make themselves breakfast or grab a snack. So that also helps with minimizing interruptions. So take a real honest look at what you have going on in your life, what phase you are with your kids in your life, and don't put too much pressure on yourself to be that perfect person. As you can see, my daughter clearly thinks I don't spend enough time with her, which is true. And so we try to have those conversations and listen in those moments and understand there's certain seasons of our business where we're growing and there's certain seasons of our business where we're maintaining. And communication is key. So that's the episode for today. I know it's very different, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed hearing the sass from my daughter, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen so you don't miss out on a single one, and I'll talk to you soon. And, yep, that's life with a dog.